Enjoyed this story? We'll learn about the ancient and slightly more dangerous, exhilarating, games that came before Quidditch, along with some elements that inspired the game we know so well today.
Broom sports emerged almost as soon as broomsticks were sufficiently advanced to allow flyers to turn corners and vary their speed and height. Early wizarding writings and paintings give us some idea of the games our ancestors played. Some of these no longer exist. Others have survived or evolved into the sports we know today. The celebrated annual broom race of Sweden dates from the 10th century. Flyers race from Kopparberg to Arjeplog, a distance of slightly over 300 miles. The course runs straight through a dragon reservation, and the vast silver trophy is shaped like a Swedish short snout. Nowadays, this is an international event, and wizards of all nationalities congregate at Kopparberg to cheer the starters, then apparate to Arjeplog to congratulate the survivors. The famous painting Gunther de Gewalttätiger ist der Gewinner, Gunther the Violent is the winner, dated 1105, shows the ancient German game of stickstock. A 20-foot-high pole was topped with an inflated dragon bladder. One player on a broomstick had the job of protecting this bladder. The bladder guardian was tied to the pole by a rope around his or her waist, so that he or she could not fly further than 10 feet away from it. The rest of the players would take it in turns to fly at the bladder and attempt to puncture it with the specially sharpened end of their brooms. The bladder guardian was allowed to use his or her wand to repel these attacks. The game ended when the bladder was successfully punctured, or the bladder guardian had either succeeded in hexing all opponents out of the running or collapsed from exhaustion. Stickstock died out in the 14th century. In Ireland, the game of Orngengane flourished, the subject of many an Irish ballad. The legendary wizard Fingal the Fearless is alleged to have been an Orngengane champion. One by one, the players would take the dom, or ball, actually the gallbladder of a goat, and speed through a series of burning barrels set high in the air on stilts. Dom was to be thrown through the final barrel. The player who succeeded in getting the dom through the last barrel in the fastest time without having caught fire on the way was the winner.
Well, I don't know about you, but I certainly am glad we're no longer flying through flaming barrels or past dragon reservations. Much less fire involved all around.